shit. Hold on. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see where we are. Something isn't. Can't. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, let's get moving. Hey, Scooter. Okay, that's fine. Take a break. Are you feeling okay? Oh, I gotta get this earbud out of my ear. So, I was gonna use my gimbal and start at Caroline's because, hey, Eric! And I was gonna start on my gimbal from here, so I took my time. Oh, I swear, it's always something. The piece that goes on the phone is not in my bag. So, hey, hi, Eric. Mr. Raider, I heard some news about you recently. I think that's sweet. You guys have very good personalities. Yeah. Yes, you do. Too bad you're not going to be there on the 5th, because I got my plane ticket already. As long as the flights are doing well, I'll be fine. But I met Cheryl when she came to Austin, and so I'm returning the favor. Sorry if this is jumping around, you guys. I had all intentions of using my gimbal and left the piece. Oh my God, did you see that car? Oh, two of them. That is so cute. They had Christmas lights all over their car. I don't even know if that's legal. But who cares? Before a bunch of people jump on, just FYI, my bartender at the restaurant I go to, so I get this really awesome appetizer when I'm hungry. And I had extra time, so I'm like, okay, bring me a second beer. And then he shows up 5 minutes later and says, I accidentally opened another one of your beer. So here, have a free one. All my live streaming equipment.
Hey, what do you stream on? What do you stream on?
YouTube.
What's your name? What's your name?
Miss Kim SP. I'm live right now.
On YouTube?
Yeah, say hi.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm about to follow right here.
Oh, right
Hey,
on.
right here, hold up.
Right on.
I always follow. We always support. Miss,
Yeah.
like MISS?
Yes.
Miss Kim.
SP. It's all one word. It'll probably still come up. If there's a Texas symbol, it's me. No, that's
Okay. Miss Kim.
SP.
I'm gonna donate something.
Oh, that's so
Is
awesome.
this you right here?
Yep,
Damn,
that's
1.67K
me.
here, boy.
I know,
Let's
right?
go. Hey, my name's Ryan, by the way.
Yep.
What's your name?
I'm
I'm gonna
Kim.
call you Miss Kim.
All right, that's fine.
Hey.
Yeah, I come down. I started
Like,
coming
what
down.
do you stream? Just like live?
No.
You want me to drag
I
that
have
for a
a.
second?
I got it. So I'm an activist against Scientology.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So they opened up across from a university a year and a half ago, and I was going over there 3 times a week. But then my schedule changed, so I've been coming out here this summer, just talking to people and educating people.
them.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
feel like that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Especially like.
It's been I've been very pleasantly surprised.
People in Austin, like they come from so many different like.
Oh, I've gotten people from the UK, from other countries, because Scientology's worldwide. Everybody needs to know.
Okay,
So-
I'm sorry, I gotta run.
Yep, you go on. Oh my gosh.
I wish you the best, like bro. Like
Thank
all
you.
the most success and everything you gotta do. I promise.
Thank you.
Like, from my heart, by the way, from my heart.
So, I've only been on here, what? Not even 5 minutes. That's pretty awesome. So it's hard for me to read the chat when I'm walking. So I'll catch up when I get there. I am not stopping the place I was last time. So I did not like it. I saw a lot more street people, and I didn't have the protection that I have around. I was right here on this corner. I did not like it. I had some guy going through my wagon, and guess what? I'm now missing 3 things from my wagon. Not from that night, over time. It takes me a while to figure out something's missing. So I think people were walking by me or behind me when I was walking and just took shit out of my wagon. Yeah, my cane's missing. My mic stand and accessory bag disappeared. What was the other thing? Something else that disappeared. I can't remember now. So I got the net. I've got all the D-rings. I'm putting it on tonight on my way back. Right now, everything's hidden enough nobody can grab it. So I was probably walking and not really. I look back all the time when I'm walking, but these people are quick. So I ordered a new mic holder. I don't like it as well, but it'll do. I think I'm just gonna, because you can't get that mic stand that comes with the mics. I think I'm just gonna order a second set and just have an extra set for the, oh my god, I can't find my other one, which I do all the time stuff. I'm as scatterbrained as you think I am, or as I look. Tom had to go dig through my truck to find my mics yesterday. Yep, I am. I'm going to put the net on when I get there. There's not much I really need to get to except maybe the cooler. Yeah, I turned around last week and some dudes just got my water bottle and just perusing my wagon at leisure. That's why I don't like that corner. And even Tom said he was watching and he said that he saw way more homeless people hanging around that area than... See, the thing about Colin is, first he said an area wasn't safe. Tom even said where he thinks is unsafe may not be for you because he lives down here. And then he was like, that's a safer corner. No, it wasn't. And not at all. Oh, is it raining? Yeah, it's not supposed to rain tonight. Double tap it if you like ice cream. Hey, Mangrove. Auntie. That's pretty good. Goofy Goober, hello. Oh, time to go. Alright. I'm going to go back to the corner I'm used to. Ah, there's scooters in my way. You know what? I'm going to move them motherfuckers out of my way. Oh, sorry. Whoop. So, like I said, I'm feeling really good right now. This is going to be fun. Let me get my tripod out first. I at least was smart enough to get my cover off before I went live. So I was sitting there leisurely eating my appetizer and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not, the holder's not here. I was so mad. And that gimbal's missing. So, it's the gimbal, the mic bag, and my cane is all missing. And I thought I kept my head on a swivel. Obviously I don't. I'm going to try not to make you guys need too much Dramamine tonight. Oh my goodness. I have nowhere to... Let me catch up on the chat. Already working, Scooter. Hey, Derek. Yep, definitely it is. So I'm retarded and drunk? I wouldn't say I'm either, actually. I'm tipsy, though. But it wears off so freaking fast on me. It's not even funny. So, I didn't drink all 3, just so you know. it was offered, I didn't necessarily partake. I had a little bit. But I was like, I'm having a stressful day anywhere. I had the goal of leaving early and going to Whole Foods and getting some stuff done, and that never happens when you work nights and have to sleep all day. I only got out a little bit, half hour earlier than I usually do. Alright, I'm trying to get this hooked up with one hand, so just bear with me. Alrighty, we're getting close. Alrighty. I brought the sandbag. It's a little bit windy tonight. Alrighty, here we go. Hang on. Take your Dramamine. I am hooking y'all in. Look away if you get sick. Next level. I don't know about that there, Eric. It's funny. Alright. Oh, there we go. We're straight now. Let's lower this a little bit. I gotta get rid of this scooter. He's in my spot. Alright. Let's lower this just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Eric, I got from you and Pup Grimmer is what gave me this idea. Alright. We don't do religion or politics here, aka you can hang out. Yep, we're in the Dirty Six. I didn't even know it was called that till recently. I gotta get rid of the scooter. This isn't gonna be easy. I bet it's heavy. You know what? I think I'm gonna keep the wagon in front of me tonight. Let's see how that works. That way people can't. Yeah, I figured he was going there, Scooter. Yeah, that's okay. Funny enough, what I do talk about when I'm out here is I'm anti-Scientology, and I just educate people. But Scientology is not a religion. It's a money-making cult that fakes being a religion. I don't care what other religions do until they start abusing kids, and that's what brought me out here. And I just talk to people in the town. Let's turn around and watch people, not me. That's okay. Do you have an ETA on your computer when it's going to be fixed? If I know, most places they're like, I don't know. I should get my mics out so I can talk to y'all while I'm doing all my new silly stuff. Oh, really good. I'm so happy. Hey, Mama Squirrel. fit this in here. Okay, look away. I gotta tilt it a little, or move it a little. Look away. Oh, let me cover the camera. There we go. I gotta remember to do that. Put this in. One of these days, I'm gonna get good at this. Alrighty, can y'all hear me better? Nope, not that either. We're pretty cool over here. We try to include everybody. I got KYH. Back. Oh, you can't. Okay, cool.
Why is Scientology closed? Because of religion, you can leave. Scientology will not let you leave. We've had people escaping from the cars, ran off the road, put it in the car. No, that's not it. The guy that started the whole thing was a provider of security. But this study black magic. Our video feeds that in, but they don't know that. And you learn all the stuff. I read his book. Yeah, he based it on a little bit of therapy and interrogation. And he really just wanted to yeah. And I didn't watch that documentary. Yeah. So I read it. He called it. Think about what mental health is like. Yeah, talk about that. So, had a need, and he got them in. Now what you see in there, they're not getting you're seeing it like and his family destroyed, and they don't look at their kids like kids because they live multiple lives. They look at them as adults. A lot of yourself as a child is not a crime. That's what's like. I'm on only YouTube right now. Miss Kim, that's me. Miss Kim, that's me. Yeah, Miss Kim with a technical symbol, that's me. Got you. We're gonna fight you. Awesome. That was interesting.
closer. Look away. Alright, let me get caught up on the chat. What y'all been talking about while I was gone? What did I turn on? The microphone isn't working. Okay.
Find the bathroom.
Alright. Can you hear me now? Because I have my mic on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's hooked up. That don't tell me they're not working. Oh, you can hear me now? Through the phone. Alright, let me try that again. I think I might have the wrong attachment. Can you hear me now? So I'm not 100% that this is the attachment that goes to these mics. Through the phone or the mic? Can you hear me through the mic? Through the mic or the phone? Okay, we'll go with that. See how that works. Through the phone. That's what I think it is. I think this might be the wrong attachment. I keep a tote on my bed, and I thought maybe it was in that tote. Thinking, alright, this doesn't need to be charged. If I can find that in my bag. This, it might just be broke. I did drop it one time. Alright, we're gonna go without mics tonight. That sucks because I got a new mic holder and everything. It could be a myriad of things. Oh my god. Hey Journey. Hey Aaron. How are you? Alexander. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Hey Captain Homer. BPF. Cinderella. Yeah. But then again, I don't know. It fits really good though. I did drop this and the case fell off. I think, you know what? I'm just going to order another set because I need a backup pair anyway when things like that happen. That's why I don't buy very expensive ones. I seem to drop them and break them all the time. Don't get attached to the wrong attachment. Oh, uh-oh. together, but it's been one of those days. I was supposed to leave the house by 6 to run some errands. That didn't happen. That never happened. Hey, Professor. How are you? Funny, I play Big Fish games, if anybody knows what that is. I play these adventure games that's just me. It's not with other people. And my tag is Professor. I don't know why I started that early on. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you're here. I lurk in you, Eric, Reid, and some other people, but if I'm laying down and I'm watching the computer, I'm not going to type. It's very, I'm like typing with one hand. No, I'm not doing it. Glad you're here. I'm trying to, hang on, I'm moving things. Alright, let's try that. Now I'm between the legs now. Alright, let's turn it around. Nobody wants to watch me. Woo! I'm here. Took a bunch, but I'm here. I wanted to try to leave early, get to Austin, get some things laminated, go to the org. I was going to go guerrilla style like Hitzel does and just show up for 20 or 30 minutes and then go to Whole Foods and then come here. That didn't happen. I know, Professor, I know. I think one of the first games I played was like archaeology. Hey, Donna. Yes, it is. That's why we're here. Yep, I do tend to talk too quiet.
I agree. Scientology is a cult.
Awesome.
On point.
Thank you.
High five to you.
You know, it's worth coming out here just to get the high fives and the fist bumps. That's pretty cool. Because you know you're making a difference if that many people know what's going on. OG, we don't do religion or politics here. So, if you want to hang out and chat and people watch, that's cool. Funny enough, I'm here about Scientology, but only they call themselves a religion. They're really not one. They don't have a god. They don't have any kind of services. They just want your money. Yeah, me and her have similar sleep schedules, I should say. Okay, whatever, Dante. Thanks, Scooter. Like I said, I'll engage with them for a second, but I was gonna say I was in a really good mood tonight. Now I feel like Scooter. I even took melatonin this morning to try to go to sleep. I was still awake at noon. I was supposed to be in bed by 7. So I got an hour. Then my knee screaming at me woke me up. Couldn't go back to sleep. Went to sleep, back to sleep for an hour and a half. And that was it. But I'll sleep when I get. So I got a lot of stuff ready for work tomorrow. So I could just go home and go to sleep. I get spicy when I get tired. Yeah, me too. I was trying to find some of my stuff and I couldn't find it. We have used the air conditioner for the last few days. I'm like, it is freaking November. Even for Texas, that's ridiculous. So I'm running around earlier today, this morning, and I'm like, I'm too hot to go look in the truck. I'm like, I'll go look later. Well, Tom went out and got my stuff anyway. I told him, I said, just go to sleep so I can go to sleep. If you're awake, I won't go to sleep. Yep, there she is. She's a superhero. All right, I'm gonna mute right now. Yeah, that's a good song. With the mic usually I don't understand why that piece. I swear it's the right piece. I don't know why it wasn't working. I don't know what's going on. It's very annoying when my stuff doesn't people that too, or get an idea what y'all went through, is I went through basic training in the 80s before they had to be nice. I actually did okay with
Scientology.
Huh?
I just joined Scientology.
I'm sorry for you, guy.
No.
They're gonna want $300,000 from
They
you.
just gave me $300,000. I got a loan.
They don't do that.
Setting me up.
They're all about making money, guy.
I joined. They paid my tuition.
I've got members. I got ex-members in the chat. It's not gonna work.
My family.
Goodbye. Bye.
Sorry.
I ain't putting up with the pro Scientology bullshit tonight. I mean, if they're a legitimate Scientologist and they want to talk to me, I'm all there. But you know they're messing around. Could you hear him? That's what sucks about not having the mics. It's hard to hear. I just got a new mic holder and everything. I'm so mad. Oh, did you? Cool. Okay. I'm not having it. I'm perfectly ready to debate anybody that's a real Scientologist, but if you're just messing with me, you can move on. The Levinator. Yeah, you guys couldn't hear me because I thought the mic was working, or maybe I didn't have it, I don't remember. But that person was, oh my goodness. I'm gonna raise my sign a little bit. Unveil. Hey Simon! Heck no. Nope. We're here to talk about the abuses in Scientology. Got a couple of, well, only one actually. Yeah, I knew you'd all answer that for me. So we had an org reopen about 1.5 years ago in Austin, right across from the university. And so I started coming out then, during the day. And then this summer I started coming out here just to talk with people. And surprisingly, you know, you probably had the same thing happen, Eric. I'm surprised at the number of people out having a good time or on vacation from somewhere else that are willing to stand here and talk to me. It's amazing. And I've educated a lot of people that just don't know anything. A lot of people know Scientology bad, but they don't know why. And that's kind of where I fill in the gaps for people. And hopefully the more people that are educated, I'm always hoping, you know, you never know who that person might talk to, or that person might talk to. And being that we're in the state capitol, I'm always hopeful I might talk to some senator's daughter or something, you know, that's out on the town. One of these days I'm going to make it to the Capitol building. Oh, look to you too. Thanks, Akila. I always wanted to be a school teacher, but following Tom around in the Army, I even had an academic scholarship I had to give up. He should appreciate me a lot. I'm trying to open this stupid tape. get my chair out so I can work this time. So, I don't know, how many of you, give me a 1 if you know who JD DeLay is. And then I'll tell you the interaction we had, which was really awesome. I'm a little crooked, I'm straightening this out. We are in Austin, Texas. Which... So, 111. Okay, so JD DeLay is a dude that's on the internet, and if you've seen him, he's got a red beard, and he's all tatted up, and he hates pedos. He's an ex-criminal, and he's worked with Chris Henson, Sheriff Grady Judd, going after pedos. And he was on Aaron's channel growing up in Scientology back when Danny Masterson was going to jail to tell him what he thought he was going to go through. And that's how I found him. Hey, Rivkat. So a few weeks ago, they were talking about the violent protesting going on, which most of the people in my community prefer peaceful protesting to the violent kind. So I did a super chat and I said, I've been a peaceful protester for 18 months. And yes, dear.
What you talking about?
Scientology and the abuses in Scientology.
About it? What about it though?
Well, there's a lot of child abuse because they believe their children are adults in small bodies.
But you on TikTok or something?
I'm on YouTube over there if you want to be on it.
Yeah. What was it again? I'm sorry.
So Scientology is not a religion. The guy that started it in 1950 was a science fiction writer and wanted to make money.
Okay.
But he's an evil genius. He made something that endured after he died. And a lot of the people that got into it were the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, before the internet. And they're in. So what you see in there now is mostly second and third generation.
Yeah.
And so they think they live multiple lives. So they look at their kids that they were an 80-year-old man their last life.
Yeah.
So assaulting a child, putting them to work 365 days a year, 110 hours a week is not child abuse for them. Mm-hmm.
No, that's great.
Yeah. And child marriage. Yep. There was a girl, she's suing them right now. She's an adult now because when she was 16, another adult Scientologist, an older guy, assaulted her and she got pregnant. And her mom, who was in the church, made her marry him.
That's cool. So what, you giving out free knowledge or what?
Yep, that's all I'm doing. Yep. They opened up across from the university a year and a half ago. So I started going, I go over there and try to warn the students, stay away from it.
Yeah.
Just to stay away.
Something without really knowing what it is.
Well, what they do is they find a need in people, and they work on that. Because it's not about being gullible or dumb. It's not that. It's about having a need. Yeah. Or, they're trying to find students right now, far from home, no friends, trying to get them in. And if you don't have $300,000 to give them right away, then they sign you up for their slave labor force that works 365 days a year. And they get away with it because they're called religious volunteers. And they get $50 a week if their org that they work in makes money. If they don't get that $50, they can't buy toiletries, and they get fed beans and rice 3 times a day. Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening. All right. Thanks. Yeah, they do have their own laws for sure. Yeah, it is popping tonight. I'm going back on the chat a little bit. When I'm talking to somebody, JD DeLay, it's called JD DeLay on all of his socials. And then Aaron Smith Levin, who got me started in all of this two and a half years ago. His channel's growing up in Scientology. He's in jail right now because he was doing what I'm doing in Clearwater, where they have a big base, and they don't like him because he has one of the biggest channels against Scientology, and they worked their crap and got him arrested again. But they've done that before in LA. The LAPD's in their pocket. We don't know how much Clearwater's in their pocket, but I would assume quite a bit, because LA and Clearwater is their two biggest bases. So of course they're going to have people in their pocket. I know, me too, Simon. And you know, this was not on my bingo card. I was a grandma that, at the time that I found all of this 3 years ago and knew nothing, I was bedridden. And I always believe things happen for a reason. So I had the time to deep dive, and I did. And then, about the time that they opened, I put this on wrong. Oh well, it's on now. It's supposed to be higher than this. So, but a lot of the protesters like myself, let me know if I'm yelling too loud. It's so noisy here, I don't know what y'all can hear. So a lot of the protesters are what we call never-ins, like myself, that never had anything to do with Scientology, but we found out about it. We felt compelled. A lot of people in the communities had trauma themselves and understand it. All right, here's my new sign for JD. Let's see. Oh, too close. I'm trying to secure this to the tripod so it won't blow away. It's supposed to be a little bit windy tonight. Alrighty, there we are. Hey Patrick! Oh, it said, Scientology protects pedos. Wood chipper! Which is what JD says. Hey, Bruce. Well, then go somewhere else, Patrick. We don't need you here. That's the cool thing about the internet, is you can keep scrolling. You don't have to delete him. Don't worry about it. Something like that. If they're not being, like, vulgar or ridiculously mean, I don't care. Don't worry about it. I'll deal with them. We're here in Austin, Texas on 6th Street, which is the live music capital of the world. Because we have all over town, but especially 6th Street is just a whole street of bar after bar after bar with live bands. You can probably hear it. The FBI got Simon, God, if you only knew. So the FBI actually put 7 of them in prison in the 70s for infiltrating the government and the FBI. Then when a bunch of execs got out because they were being abused, they were kept in a prison and fed slops from buckets, and they had to sleep on the floor with a blanket for like years. All they told the FBI was about what had happened to them. They didn't tell them crap about what the kids were going through, because they had to protect themselves because they were in on it. So that's what we want, Simon. That's totally what we want. Hey, Matt. Hey, Woo. So 11. I thought it was 7, but okay, 11. I got that wrong. I forget numbers and names sometimes. But yeah, so 3 years ago, I was like a lot of these people that stop and talk to me. I knew nothing. And when I started listening to the ex-members who had channels and watching new ex-members or ex-members start new channels, and I learned their stories, I mean, you know how many times these people have made me cry. It's horrible. And you know what I get in the chat and on the street? Well, why aren't you protesting against other religions? Because they abuse children too. I'm like, look, I only have the bandwidth for one passion and the time to devote to it. There's other people that took care of the Catholic Church. I mean, child abuse is rampant, obviously. And hopefully somebody will take up the mantle for those other organizations. Yeah, exactly, Afila. I know, right? Oh, hey, Woo. Eric's in the chat. Yep, I knew he'd be in there. Yep, we actually had a panel one night where we talked about autism with him. That was really interesting. Yeah, they do. Well, here's the thing though. They will prey on you, but if you're not able to, if you need help with any disability, they don't want you. Because the original leader that wrote the religion and started it says, we make the able more able. They're only out to try to get money, and they don't want to take care of anybody. If you have a mental break or anything, they don't take care of you. And they'll usually just kick you to the curb. That's why you never saw John Travolta's son, who had seizures, and I believe he was autistic, because they make the parents, because the original leader said everything physically wrong with us is psychosomatic. It's in your mind, which we all know is BS. But that's what he pushed. And yeah, exactly, Woo. And that's another sad part. But then again, I'm glad, because that's at least a part of our community that they'll leave alone. If you're on psychology drugs, you're not allowed in, because the original leader hated psychiatry. Yeah, I like this setup. I can see my wagon and everything. Yeah. Well, at least that's, like I said, at least that's a community they'll leave alone. But they either want you if you have money, like Tom Cruise, and if you don't, then they sign you up for the Sea Org, which is their slave labor force. And like the general I talked about earlier, he was taken out of school at 12 years old, put to work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 100 and something hours a week for like, if you counted till he was 4, he said like 30 years. A lot of the people I listened to didn't get out till their 30s or later. But if Eric's still here, he took a long time, I think, getting out or speaking out, because if you speak out against the church, or you leave and you're loud about it, you have to disconnect from all of your family and friends, and sometimes your job if it's with a Scientologist that are still in. So they destroy families. That's why Tom Cruise refused to talk to his daughter. He was not told not to, by the way. Katie Holmes left that door open. He chose to not be a part. Because when they're underage like that, they don't really tell you can't be a part of their life. Yeah, it's always money, Woo. Always. This whole religion is a money-making scheme. They have $1 billion in offshore bank accounts or more. But none of the members know. Because they're not allowed to go online and look anything up about Scientology that might be derogatory. So they're even told that if they find out about the confidential levels before they get there, that they'll die of pneumonia. Joseph, don't be vulgar. You can stay as long as you stop doing that. You know, I need to get a picture, but I'm going to get one of somebody sitting in the basement on their computer, waiting on their Hot Pockets for their mom to bring their Hot Pockets down from upstairs. That's what we think when somebody trolls. Because I ask myself all the time, what kind of person do you have to be scrolling by and stop and take the time to be rude and scroll on? Because I'm on YouTube Shorts all the time, and I'm like, I don't like that. I just keep scrolling. If it doesn't look interesting, I just keep scrolling. Very North Korean. Exactly, Woo. Matter of fact, if you go to Growing Up in Scientology or anybody that's in Clearwater, every Friday they do a protest. Theirs is way more fun because they have a lot of people. But if you walk around in downtown Clearwater, they have bought so many buildings there because they started there in the 70s, maybe earlier. But the church and other members have bought like 200 buildings just to keep riffraff and other people away from their buildings. It is literally a ghost town. It's a beautiful ghost town. And they literally put fake business fronts in these buildings. And it's like North Korea. There's nobody in there. Hi. Thanks, Eric. Thanks. Kim Jong-un? Yeah, exactly. You should know. Where the way they have, yeah, they buy a ton of land. Yep, they sure do. Because they have the money to do it. And they don't. We're in Austin, Texas. They get tax-free status, tax-exempt status, because they bullied the IRS in the 90s to get it back. They got it taken away. Because they have a price list for their services. Germany won't recognize them because they said, you can't have a price list for services, that's a business. Yeah. That's cool. I'm sure, Kim. I'm sure. Hey, Diamond? Yep, pretty much. I wouldn't say I'm completely sane. But I have fun, so that's all that matters. The 11 neighborhood. Oh goodness. I don't think it's any fun if you're not a little crazy. Yeah, pretty much. Although, so what it is Austin is considered the live music capital of the world. Because this street used to be closed off to cars, and it's many blocks of, bar at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just right there, and they all have a live band playing. That's why it's so noisy. I usually have my mic that cancels it out, but I don't know what happened with that. Sariki, hello. I'm sure, Kim. I'm sure. I lost my train of thought. All gone. Oh, thank you, Simon. Thank you so much. Scooter also protests in Canada. Afila is a protester channel. We have a lot. We try to support each other as much as we can. Oh my goodness. You guys are having way too much fun with that. Oh goodness. I actually listen to a lot of documentaries about North Korea. It's sad. The army has to steal food to get fed. And I'm like, that guy's got a $700 million yacht. That's, you know, if he would just feed his people a little bit, it'd be a whole different ballgame up there. Just a little. I mean, just give him some free rice. Dang. Won't even do that. Won't even feed his army. Matter of fact, a few years ago, they had to lower the height standard for their military because their growth has been stunted from malnutrition. Okay, so Scientology is not a religion. They don't have a god or deity. The guy that started it was a science fiction writer, but he did a lot of studying of hypnotism, black magic with Jack Parsons to learn how to control people. And the thing is, he was a complete screw up in everything he'd ever done, including being in the Navy in World War II. So he wrote a book called Another Science of Mental Health because he got mad at the psychiatrists at the VA because they wouldn't help him. They literally have a museum in LA called Industry of Death Psychiatry. That's how much they hate it. So he got a lot of people in. So what they tell you is if you go up these confidential levels, you'll become an all-powerful being that can control matter, energy, space, and time. And you go up these confidential levels, you spend $300,000 or more because you have to donate to, like Tom Cruise. And when you get to OT8, level 8, you're supposed to be able to do that. Now what happens is somebody gets there and they can't do it, but they think everyone else can, and they're the only one that can't. So nobody talks about that they can, and they're not allowed to talk about Scientology with each other. It's forbidden. You're not allowed to look at the internet or anything. They say if you find out about the confidential levels before you do them, you'll die of pneumonia. So they have them afraid. And there's really no medical care because they think Scientology will fix them. And so then when they get to OT3, they find out about, if you've ever seen the South Park episode about Scientology and Tom Cruise and John Travolta, it's all true. Believe it or not, I know. So they find, and we found out a lot of them, hey Ether. Yeah. Yeah, the first thing about Scientology is you don't talk about Scientology. The ex-members say that all the time. It's true. Yeah, they're not allowed. They're not allowed to sit around and talk about it. They will get in so much trouble. Yeah. So, when they get to OT3, they find out that 72 trillion years ago, I can't remember the exact number, there was an overlord in another galaxy and it was overpopulated. So they took all these people, froze them in blocks, and put them on spaceships, brought them to this planet and dropped them in volcanoes where they died. I never did understand why they didn't just do that first, but okay. And then their Thetan, or what we would call a spirit, went roaming the earth. And then when humans started to populate, they started taking over the bodies of humans. So they believe that when they die, they go get a new baby body. So death is not a big deal in Scientology. And that's why you have the child abuse and abuse in general, because they look at their kids as adults in small bodies. So essaying or abusing a child is not a crime in Scientology. But if you take that person that did it to the authorities, you get excommunicated for taking another Scientologist to the authorities. I know, it's crazy. And so a lot of them that have gotten out later said when they got to that level, they were like, they knew it was BS, but by then your whole family's in. Please don't spam. What was I saying? Oh, your whole family's in. All your friends are Scientologists, and most likely you have a job with a Scientologist. So it's very hard to get out at that point. So they just kind of, you know, especially if you're a public that just pays to do courses, it's not as bad as if you're the slave labor force in Sea Org or staff. Those are the ones I'm really out here for, mostly, is the Sea Org and the children and stuff. And when I found out they were coming to, well, they were in Austin, but they were having a reopening of their big building. And I thought I was just going to come down here for the opening, you know. I didn't see me still being here 18 months later, but I am. I haven't been able to make it over to the org. That was another reason I wanted to leave early. I was going to go do a pass over there. I know, right? Hey, Alexa. Hey, Dave. Try to be respectful, you guys. I don't even care if you want to talk about it or question it or have a debate. That doesn't bother me. But if you come in and you're just being a douche, you're going to get blocked. Holy crap, I've been out here an hour already. Yep, that's where we're at, submission. Yep. I just talk with people when they want to stop and talk, and then I talk to you guys in between. Okay, look away. I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Oh, oh, he's gone. Whenever I hear a loud car or motorcycle, I try to mute. God, it is so loud. Yes, actually I am. Let's see. It's right past that corner. Right on the other side of that corner, down the street, about 3 businesses. I didn't even know it till somebody asked me one day. Hey, Chris. All right, hang on. I'll show you. Hey, Jay. How you doing? North Korean K9 commander. That's fine. That's what I'm here for. Just to talk with people. I've been so surprised this summer because I used to go to the org like several times a week before I started working again. And I would talk to students and passerbys. No, I'm not, actually. A lot of the protesters, we have a big community of ex-member channels, supporter channels like Down the Rabbit Hole News and JD Delay, people that support the movement. And then you have the protesters. There's, I think, about 50 of us. I don't know the exact number. And we're all over the world. We have people in Australia, Denmark, UK, Canada. Scooter here, she has a protest channel. And some of the majors. Hi.
I believe you, girl. It's the fucking cold.
Yeah. Right on.
It's the fucking cold. Tom Cruise, fucking cold, girl.
He knows about the abuses
I support
too.
you.
Thank you. Awesome. So, I didn't know anything 3 years ago. Okay, that's exactly what the question is for. Most religions, if you don't want to go anymore, you just stop going. Scientology, it will not let you leave. When you're a Sea Org member, which is their slave labor, you sign a billion-year contract and you have to work for them until you die. 7 days a week, 110 hours a week, 365 days a year until you physically cannot move anymore. Then they put you in a condo with a bunch of other elderly and take your Social Security check. And then, I know, right, Scooby-Doo? Sometimes. Be nice, though. We try not to be rude about people when we're people watching, you know? When it's something... So anyway, yeah, Scientology, evil cult. So we've had people ran off the road. We had a woman escape in the trunk of a stranger's car. They pulled people back from bus stations. If they think you want to leave, they will put you in a room under guard. Yep. Yeah, Dave, for sure. Hey, like button, how are you? Malaysia, are you in Malaysia? That's awesome. Good to have you. Yeah, you got it, Scooter. And that's what brings us all to the table. The people that, you know, are part of my channel, I try to be a part of their channel and support each other. I mean, a lot of us are just people that felt compelled to do something. And when we saw this group of TikTokers and YouTubers in LA actually make them shut their doors in their biggest body routing center in the world on Hollywood Boulevard, we were all like, maybe we could do that too. And we all started popping up doing exactly what I'm doing. We grabbed the phone, we went live, and that's all we do. And we talk to people. Yeah, I know about Malaysia. I watch documentaries all the time on all kinds of places. So, and that's what I'm here for, you know. Not a lot of people, they know Scientology is not right. They don't know why. And so, that's what I come out and do. Hi.
What's your definition of Scientology?
I can't hear you that well.
What's your definition of Scientology?
Scientology is not a religion. They bullied the IRS into getting their tax exempt status back after they took it in 1996 through lawsuits. They don't have a god or a deity. They tell their members that if they spend $300,000 or more that they'll go up this confidential level and be able to control matter, energy, space, and time. That they'll be a super powerful being, which never happens. But when they get there, they're looking around at the other ones and they're like, well, maybe they can and I can't. So they're not allowed to talk to each other about it. Okay. It's very confidential.
So it's not necessarily that you're advocating for Scientology. It's more you're educating people on what it's really like.
The abuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You've seen like the TikTok videos, right?
Yeah. We're all part of the same group.
Wow.
Yeah, the TikTokers, the YouTubers, we all started about 2 years ago.
Really?
And they started in LA, and then they reopened across from the university 18 months ago, and that's when I started coming down.
Wow.
And they're trying to the first leader he bought that building 56 years ago because it was across from the university. A month after they grand opened that again, they opened up in Chicago across from the university. They're not really getting a lot of new members. Mostly what you see in there is second and third generation.
Really?
Yeah, they've been indoctrinated since they were kids. They don't have the internet or TV. They're very isolated. So I have a different sign for them that there's 2 foundations that'll help them escape. How many religions do you know that have that? They help because the guy that brought me in, he was taken out of school at 12, went to work 110 hours a week, 365 days a year for like the next 20, 30 years. I can't remember exactly how long. And I've learned everything from ex-members that have escaped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So I started out going over there to educate. The chair keeps moving.
Yeah, no.
To educate the students
Right.
so they don't get drug in. And then I come over here too and just talk to people that don't know. 3 years ago, I knew nothing.
Yeah. No, well, I appreciate your explanation on Scientology. I just wanted to know.
Yeah,
you know,
they
like,
protect child predators.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. Okay.
you can't take a Scientologist to the authorities. You'll get excommunicated. And the reason they don't think assaulting a child is bad is because they look at them as adults in small bodies because their last life they were probably an 80-year-old man.
Okay, yeah, I see.
That's what brought me with the child
hell
abuse.
no.
Yeah.
What was your name?
Miss Kim is my channel on YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna find you.
Awesome.
Jamie.
Thanks.
Jamie. This Kim?
All right. Cool. All right, let me back up a little. Yeah. I don't know if we even have a red light district. Oh, thanks, Chris. You know, I mean, I was just a grandma whose grandkids moved away and had a lot of time and momentum. We're in Austin, Texas. I'm originally from Ohio. Yeah. And they probably took a bunch of credit cards out in his name that they don't have to pay back. They've done so much bank fraud that Chase Bank won't even deal with them anymore. Yeah, all debate's good. And I don't mind debating people. I get people on here that just want to be rude. Oh, that's a lot. But the Army brought us here about 32 years ago, and we stayed after he retired. Hey, Dave. Yeah, I've been listening to they're talking about over there. Oh my gosh. Scooter, you guys, have you heard about what's going on over there in Bosnia, Serbia area? So, during the war, see, my husband was stationed over there after the main part of the war when the NATO troops went over. And us wives would send them stuff to give to the kids and stuff like candy. All they had for basketballs was wadded up fabric and stuff. So we sent them basketballs. Hi, what you want to know?
I just want to let you know you're doing great work.
Oh, thank you.
Scientology is definitely a cult, and they do not teach anything that's relevant to anything. Everything is for them.
Yeah, it's pretty much about the original leader was a science fiction writer, and he just wanted to make money.
Yes.
And they don't know that because they're not allowed to look online or anything.
And then most celebrities turn into Scientologists because of what it represents.
Yeah, what it is in Scientology, if you're a celebrity, they make you feel like a god in there, and they treat you so great. But then you have the slave labor force that are taken out of school at 12, 13, 14 years old and work 365 days a year till they're too old to work.
Yes, you're doing great work.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. That's awesome. Yeah, he pulled a coup. Hey, Alexa. He wasn't supposed to be. That's okay. I can barely produce English. Yeah, I took Spanish in high school, but that was... Holy crap, how many years ago was that? 87? 38 years ago. We don't do that like button. We don't do politics too much. You know, we just talk about abuses that are going on. That's the only reason I talk about Scientology, because they're not a religion. Not really. Hey, United Nations. Oh, is Dusty here? Where are you at? Hey, Soy Sauce.
Dusty!
Oh, now I see where you are. Okay, I didn't know who timed them out. Thank you for that. But actually, Lightbucket was doing all right for the most part. There till the end. Yeah, I saw you guys. Well, I dropped in on Natalie doing the stream, and I watched the three of them. Was that earlier today? I'm so off schedule, I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Dave. But what they're talking about right now is that there were, during the war, if you haven't seen the headlines, they were letting rich people pay them money to come in and snipe civilians for fun. And Italy is investigating this right now. Oh, North Florida, then you know about Clearwater. Dusty and a lot of our other protesters are in Clearwater doing their thing. Yep. There you go, Jay. Awesome. So how you been, Jay? My back is bugging me. It does not take long to make my back hurt. Just leaning over that wagon, man. Kmart shopping. I remember Kmart. I'm that old. Yeah. So Italy is investigating these people and are going to prosecute them if they can find them. And I hope they do. And they paid extra to be able to snipe kids. I can't remember what city it was. You guys might know. I'm terrible with names and dates. But they had a city surrounded, and these people couldn't go anywhere without getting shot at. Hey, Jim. And this is where they supposedly brought these. What did they call it? Something tourism. It's horrible. This is stuff you see in the movies, you know that they're chasing some human, and you're like, you can't picture that happening in modern times. This is some medieval BS, I'm telling you. No, Dave, these were just rich guys with nothing else to do with their money. Then they brought them in and let them shoot at civilians. Had nothing to do with the military. It's horrible. Hey Tori, how are you doing? Oh, awesome. Maybe they'll come by and say hi. I might. I know, Dave. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe it when I heard it today. Today or last night, I can't remember. I work third shift, so I'm awake all night and I sleep some during the day. And my time gets off, yeah. For sure. Oh, let me turn this a little more. There we go. We're in Austin, Texas, on 6th Street, which is many blocks of a bunch of bars where live bands play. So they call themselves the live music capital of the world. And I just come down here to talk with people because they reopened their Scientology org across from our university, not very far from here. And I go over there and I talk with students during the day, and I come here and I just educate people about Scientology and the abuses that go on. And in between we just chat. Yeah, it's a lot better than it was the last couple times I was here. It was packed last time. So we figured out that several things, the only way they would have disappeared, I can't find them, is if, remember last week when that guy was going through my wagon, I think walking to the car especially, or maybe my husband says they're quick, or when I'm talking to you guys, my wagon used to be kind of behind me. My cane has disappeared, my mic bag disappeared, and there was a third thing that disappeared. I can't remember what it was now. There's 3 things. So I got the net out tonight, and I'm going to be a lot more careful. I'm mad about the cane because I'm not going to... Oh, yeah, my other gimbal. Because I tore my truck apart. It'd be in the living room where my bag goes, or it'd be in the truck, and it's neither. That one was really cheap. It was like $10. But I have another cane that I have somewhere that I wanted to bring it, but I didn't have time to look for it when I realized my pink one was gone. Hey Vader, how you doing? I'll be right back. This is what sucks about not having my mics working. I don't know why that piece isn't working. Through my bag better. I might find the piece I need, the pixels, or what I missed. Yes, command. That's what brings me here is how abusive and horrible it is, and that nobody knows because they look legitimate because they have all this money. Most cults. This is how I explain it. Most cults die when the leader dies, or before. Because the leader is usually a small group, and the leader wants to be in charge of everyone and be hands-on. The one thing that L. Ron Hubbard, the original leader, did that was evil genius was he created it to live on its own. And so he opened up all these centers at the same time, so it looked legit, and back then you couldn't research something and find out what it was about. You had to take it on face value, and he made it look totally legitimate. And it outlived when he died. He was in seclusion when he died. And David Miscavige, the guy that is in charge now, was able to pull a coup and take over because the two people that were with him in his seclusion, no one had really had any interaction with. So when he said he was the new leader, everybody just believed him. I know, Dave, I know. The thing is, there's ex-members that were in here tonight, might still be here, and we read the first book last year. And I had ex-members in that chat that helped me understand, you know, they're not dumb, they're not crazy, they find a need in you and they fulfill it. And that's how they get you, and then they love bomb the crap. Hey Roots, yep, that's where we're at. It's all great and everything until you've been there a while, and then it's slow. The coercion and everything happens slow. Or what they have now is second and third generation whose parents and grandparents joined in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s before you could research and go online and stuff. And of course, it's a high crime to go research it or talk about it or any of those things. I think my little magnetic piece I need is at home. I think it was still attached to my phone. Oh, I'm so mad I didn't make sure. I'm terrible. I thought everything was alright. Uh-oh, I love that song. Dolly Parton was my hero. No, there's not in there. I've checked every pocket. it's in the car still. Maybe I took it off in there. Yep, it's not in here. That sucks. Kind of weird hearing a man sing Jolene. Alright, let me check. Woo. Do they still exist? I had heard about them. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yep. Yeah, they want you to never get mental health. Yeah. You have? I'm surprised. So if you don't know, I'll show you. Dusty made me this shirt. He makes tie-dye shirts. Dusty Soda. Anyone can come up with something tax-free. Exactly. And the thing that makes it hard to go after them is when they sue.
Scientology, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was about to say, if you're Scientology, you need that.
Yeah, well, you didn't see this side.
It's okay. Yay, Scientology. Go Scientology.
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, when they sued them like over 2,000 times, agents and the IRS in the 90s, when they wanted it to be over so bad that they are like, if we give you your tax exempt status back, will it stop? And they said, like a switch. But they added extra caveats to it so that you can't go after them for certain things. The only way we can get them is through the DOJ on criminal charges. And that's why we're out here trying to educate, hoping the authorities and the government will listen. Oh yeah, yeah, Dusty and a big group of them live down there, and they're out there every Friday night. They're way more fun than I am. They have a big group. The problem with Austin is we're in the middle of like, nobody wants to drive all this way. Texas is too big. We have a small group here, and we kind of all have to come different days. No. What it is they opened up right across the street from the University of Texas, about a mile or two from here. And that's what made me start coming down, because they prey on people that are far from home. They lie. They're allowed to lie and do anything to get somebody in. And I've walked up on them a couple times with their table outside, talking to a young person. They had one person on the e-meter. And I said, the first one, I said, he was obviously a freshman. I said, why do you think they're here? And they said, well, they said they want to be part of the community. They wanted to help people. And I was like, oh, no, dude. And I started telling him, no, if you don't have, you need to have $300,000 at least. And if you don't, they will sign you up for their slave labor. The girl that I walked up on, and I said, the dark-haired lady at the org, she stood in front of me. She got in front of me between us. I said, you can block me all you want. She can still hear me. And I said, and you're pretty. They would love to get you in and put you out in front at the org. Both of them ran away. So they're not really getting new members very much, but I mean, if I can stop that one person that they can get to come in and stay, I will have done my job. So, and then this is the capital of Texas, and the Capitol building's not that far. I'm hoping maybe some senators or representative's daughter or son or niece comes by me one day and maybe says something. We're trying to get the government to hold hearings on Scientology. And we are making dents. In LA, they've made a lot of dents. They're small, but hey, the LAPD's been in their pocket since the 50s. And they have kept arresting our protesters for months and months and months, over and over and over again. And then they finally, but we have people out there that go to the commissioners' meetings, the city council meetings, and tell them about what's going on, to the point that the LAPD stopped working their events and making triple wages when they were out there, and stopped coming out to arrest protesters and stuff. So that was a win, I think. And there's some other wins that we've had. Hey, Rebel Boy, Nadalyn? Yes, Liberty. Yeah, the original leader bought the building across from the University of Texas on Guadalupe 56 years ago. And then a few years ago, they had to fundraise money to remodel it. So they were in a strip mall for a while, out in the middle of nowhere, nobody cared. But when they did the grand opening, that was right after they started protesting in LA and other cities. And when I thought I was just going to come out for the grand opening and let them know they weren't welcome, I started coming out a few days before, and I'm still coming. Yeah. So the TikTokers out there were able to shut down the Hollywood Boulevard Testing Center for like 10 months. And they installed automatic door closers and automatic, the windows go opaque. So when the Streets LA and Jessica and all them down there show up, hey, what's up?
How y'all doing?
Okay.
Talking about Scientology?
No. If it's vulgar, no.
This is men's health. It's promoting men's fertility.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Philanthropic endeavor.
All right. I just saw the first part. I didn't know what it was.
No,
I get people be vulgar sometimes.
The second time is racing. The second part's racing. Yeah.
What?
Racing. We're racing.
I can't hear you that well, the noise.
We're racing sperm.
You're racing? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you all have a good time.
You too. Good luck with your life streaming endeavors.
All right. Oh, Liberty, yeah. We've got people from Houston that come up here sometimes.
Do any of your viewers know about sperm racing?
No, we're here to talk about Scientology.
We actually went to the Scientology church.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I'm usually over there during the week sometimes. That's what started.
Up at UT?
Yeah. I started coming when they reopened about 18 months ago. Yeah, and so I come here and just talk to tourists and stuff. Let them know it's there.
What's the whole thing about Scientology? I've never heard of it.
Well, they don't have a god or a
I
deity.
hear very negative stuff about it, so I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, it is negative. What brought me was child abuse, because they look at their kids as adults in small bodies because they think they live multiple lives. So if you take a Scientologist to the authorities, you'll get excommunicated, but they'll protect the predator.
Wait, so like, why Scientology over any other? Is this a religion? What is this?
They say they're a religion, but they're not. It's a money-making scheme. And they're told that if you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, that you'll go up take all these courses and become a powerful being. that can control matter, energy, space, and time. But it doesn't happen, but because they're not allowed to talk to each other or look into it, they think they're the only one that can't do it. Tom Cruise thinks he can do that. So like if all the lights turn green while they're driving, they think they did that. But if you don't have the money, they sign you up for the slave labor force and you have to work 365 days a year and they pull you out at 12, 13, 14 years old to do it. And we're trying to bring awareness to the child abuse going on. So we have a lot. Who brought me in was ex-members that have escaped.
Are you going against Scientology?
Yeah. Yeah, most religions don't call themselves a cult. Most cults don't call themselves a cult. Yeah.
I thought you were for Scientology. I
yeah.
thought it was like a sign.
How
like,
many
oh,
cults
you're
call
freedom.
themselves? Look at the other side.
No, we were thinking like this is pro
And
Scientology.
they don't do this. They don't talk to
I
people.
don't have my glasses on. I saw Scientology protects people. So I was
Yeah, I thought it said it
Pedos.
protect. Yeah.
I thought it said people. I didn't
Have you ever heard of
glasses on.
JD DeLay?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, he's a big anti-pedo guy, and he thinks they should all be put in the wood chipper. So I told him I'd make a sign.
We're sorry. We thought
No,
we were
that's
just trying
okay.
to troll you because we thought this was like.
We thought you were for Scientology.
Nah, they don't. They don't talk to people. Now, if you go, they want you to come in and buy a book and spend money. Now, there's a bunch of us doing this all over the world now. There's a whole group of us.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love what you're
All right. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Well, I started coming down because they opened up across from the university about 18 months ago. Is when I usually am over there, but this summer I started coming here and just talking to people, just trying to educate and don't go in.
Yeah,
Well, we
love what you
appreciate
do.
that.
All right. Well, thank you. Y'all have fun tomorrow. All right. They were trolling me because they thought I was pro Scientology. Wood chipper. Yep. Yep, exactly. Liberty Bell, for sure. Yeah, I know. So I made a sign because about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was in his channel and he was talking about he didn't like the violent protesters. And I said, I did a super chat and I said, I've been peacefully protesting for 18 months. And because I'm peaceful, so many people come up and talk to me. And that's what we like. And he has been on one of the bigger channels of last year when Danny Masterson trial was going on or over, and telling us what Danny Masterson was going to go through in prison. And that's how I found JD. Well, when I made the chat, he said, oh my gosh, I love what you guys do. That's so awesome. He goes, he had to stop talking about it because while he was still worried about this last charge he had to get rid of because he used to be in jail. Hey, what's up? And so he was quiet about it, but he doesn't have to be, because he didn't want to piss off Scientology. He thinks that they do go after people, but not legally anymore because they don't want to get to the discovery phase. Because when they did that during Danny Masterson, they got all the paperwork where he said, yeah, I drugged and hard women, but I didn't think it was wrong. So it's taped to my, hang on. I'll give you a look at it. So I told him I would make a sign for him. So I made him a sign. But yeah, his whole deal is going after child predators. So our goals align. So if you don't know JD DeLay, he's JD DeLay on all the social media. He's a cool dude. He's loud. He's proud. He hates. He's gotten banned so many times for saying the things that he says. Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's great you guys are here and I have somebody to talk to. It's awesome. Just trying to draw eyeballs to the situation. I'm so trying to get back over to the org, but last March I started working nights on the weekends, and so it has been super hard for me to wake up and get to the org because it's an all-day thing. It's a 150-mile round trip, and then it takes me a little while to get ready, and then so and then I'm here for 2 or more hours. So I'm away from the house for at least, at the minimum, 5 hours or more. This depends. So one day, when I realized classes were out and it was really dead over by the university, I said, it'd be really good if I could protest at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, hey, Eric Rader and Pup Groomer, 2 other protesters, have been going to the Strip in Vegas. Because we used to only be at the orgs themselves, but a lot of the orgs are in far away neighborhoods where nobody goes, there's no foot traffic. So we started branching out and doing things like this, and it has been amazingly successful. Oh, against, for sure. Hey, Austin. Yeah, definitely against. Yeah, actual Scientologists don't do this. When they do go on social media, it's very cringy. But they're not allowed to just really talk. They're not allowed to talk about Scientology. If you ask them questions, they tell you to go buy a book because they have to make their stats. They have to make their stats and make money, and they're not allowed to really talk about it. So that's what gets, when people see my sign, hold on. Hang on, I'm going to try to turn this. It's the wrong direction. I can turn it. There we go. It was the wrong direction. There we go. All right, now I can do this. But people see this and they'll be like, so you're for Scientology? I'm like, how many cults have you ever heard that call themselves a cult? But I get it. I get it. They don't think about it very hard. They just see the talk to me about Scientology part. Throw poo-poo. Hey, I'm I'm probably saying that wrong. Yep, it's 6th Street. For sure. I know, right? So I tried to go to a quiet corner last week, and it was a disaster because there's more homeless down there. Some stuff disappeared out of my wagon. Either I don't even think it was then. I think it was earlier. I just didn't realize it was missing. I thought I just couldn't find it. Yep, it is Austin, skittled. But Tom Cruise is like their god almost. He's treated like royalty. He knows about the Sea Org. His wives had to escape, especially Katie Holmes. There's a whole story about that nobody talks about, that she had to escape and have a burner phone because her phone was tapped. Everybody in their house was Scientologists, her assistant, the drivers, probably the maids. Okay, so it's not a religion, like there's no God. They're told that if they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars and go up to confidential levels like Tom Cruise did, that they'll be a powerful being and be able to control matter, energy, space, and time. And they find out on level 3 that they're from another galaxy. Hi.
Hey, Scientology is a cult?
Yep.
They were trying to recruit me.
Did they really?
Yeah, at the parking lot, at the gym.
Yep. Yep.
Why are they bad?
Because they have a slave labor force that they won't let leave. They've had to escape the trunks of cars. They've been ran off the road. And they have to sign a contract that they'll work for them until they die, 365 days a year. And they get away with it because they're called religious volunteers. And that's the start. Then there's the child abuse. Because they believe they live multiple lives, they look at their kids as adults in small bodies. And so essaying a child is not a crime in Scientology. But if you take that Scientologist to the authorities, you'll get kicked out. So that's what brought me was the child abuse. And they opened up across from the university here about 1.5 years ago. And I started coming down then to warn the students not to go in there. All right, thanks for stopping. Yep, they're trying to get the college kids for sure. Anybody that might be in any kind of need or away from home. Oh my gosh, look at the sparkly people. Oh, that's so cute. I like sparkly outfits. Thanks, Scooter. I don't even get to see it. Oh yeah, they keep tabs for sure. They're not allowed to go on the internet and look at anti-Scientology or anything, or they can only read books by L. Ron Hubbard, who, by the way, the guy that created this was a science fiction writer. And he wrote a book in 1950 and started something called Dianetics, which turned into Scientology. Hey, Alan. Thank you. I appreciate all the support. It does help. Hey, Freedom. I'm sorry I can't read that, but good to see you. So I am drinking too much water tonight. I brought a jacket. It was cool when I left my house, but going an hour and 75 miles south, it's a different. I thought it was gonna be cooler than this. So okay, so I was telling you about Scientology. So usually when those are called public that spend all the money, and then they get to OT8 and they can't control matter, energy, space, and time. They can't move things with their mind, and they think they're the only one because you're not allowed to. Scooter can answer that question. So they're not allowed. They go if they find out they've looked at anything against Scientology, they pull them in for a sec check, which is pretty much an interrogation, and you're kept in that room until they're done with you. So there's where the coercion and stuff comes from. And then they're also told if they look at the confidential level information, like online or something, or ask about it, they'll die of pneumonia. So that's where a lot of the coercion and mind control and just control of their whole lives come in. And if you don't have the money, then they want to sign you up for their slave labor. And it's a big pat on the back if your child drops out of school and goes to work for Scientology for the rest of their life and you're in the Sea Org. And knowing a lot of them had been prior Sea Org themselves, not a lot. They know how bad it is and they still put their kids in it. Yeah, that's true. Hi. I'm just a grandma that comes out here and talks to people. Yeah. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, Tracy, you can say that, but Scientology is a whole different animal because of the guy that created it in 1950. It's very abusive to children because they think their children are adults in small bodies because they live multiple lives. So this one's a little bit more heinous than some. And this is what I tell people. Yeah, there's abuse going on everywhere, but I only have the bandwidth for one thing. I only have the time and energy to do what I do about one thing, and this is what came into my purview about 3 years ago. I've listened to ex-member stories who have escaped and the horrible things that go on, and when they opened up across from our university here in Austin, February of last year, I started coming down to talk to the students and warn them against Scientology and why.
I agree.
Right on.
I agree.
Thank you.
Your eyes are open. I can't hear you.
Can't hear you over the noise. What?
Your eyes are open, and I respect that because
Yeah.
there's so much proof. There's mountains, and there has been for years. I'm 23, but I've known since I was like in my teens. You just have to look. It's not that hard.
Yeah. What we're trying to get is the government to pay attention and
I
hold
wish,
hearings.
I
Yeah.
wish, but look, the people that fund the government, they're a part of. They're Scientology.
There's a lot of them are. Yeah, a lot
so,
of them
like,
are.
It's hard. It's
Yeah, I know.
But hey,
It's an uphill battle, but we're gonna make it happen.
I know. I'm with you.
Yeah. Oh, it's a billion years, Skittled. It's a billion year. Oh, you answered. Okay. And what's funny, we've asked this question. We're like, every life you have to re-sign. Hi. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Nope. Thank you. All right. Brisk iced tea. Very, very pomegranate.
That's for spreading about very organized.
Yep, yep. Thanks. But yeah, that's the thing, is the more I dove into this, the crazier it got, and the fact that it was true. I mean, it took me a long time of deep diving and listening to ex-members who escaped and lived in it since they were young children, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I just cannot believe. Yeah, we're in Austin. I wouldn't call it nasty though. Hey dude, what's up? So, you know, that's why I try to educate people, because they're here, they're trying to recruit, and I'm hoping we'll get, oh, I had a sec check. Yep. Yep, that's what I heard. I know. Hello, hello, dude. Hey, Jim. I've been to the outskirts of Corpus. I live I'm exactly half where I live. Halfway between Waco and Austin. So we went to South Padre once, but I've been to Houston a couple times, or NASA, you know, kind of stuff. $70,000. I didn't know that. Professor, oh my goodness. That guy was really nice right here. This guy, he gave me flavored tea. I'm sorry, I'm not going to drink it. I appreciate him being nice, and it's closed, but no, not going to do it. Wow, that's a lot of money. Yeah, that's their thing. It's all about making money, and the public doesn't even know they've got $1 billion or more dollars. Money never goes down. They bought this building 56 years ago and it was paid off, and they still charge them rent. And if they don't make money, they don't pay the electric bill. And they don't pay the $50 a week the slave labor is supposed to get, or the $200 a week that staff is supposed to get. So we heard, it's a rumor, I haven't had it confirmed, that they've got, well, we do know they had 8 people to a studio apartment in Chicago, but someplace, I can't remember where, a maintenance guy talked to one of us and said their toothbrushes were moldy because they couldn't afford new ones. Yeah. Hey, Vinyl. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those people have been highlighted and stuff. And you can say hi. We got a bride, y'all. Right on. Congratulations. Yeah, I know. God, the Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, she's given like $50 million to Scientology. That's where they're the ones funding the abuse. And I'm sorry, but they're all co-conspirators to me. Oh, really, Skittled? Yeah. Yeah, right, Jim, for sure. Well, see, so they reopened across from the university February of 24. And in March, the next month, they opened right by the college in Chicago. And we had a big protest. Chicago was huge. Yeah, I think I've seen Reckless Ben highlighted on other channels. Yeah, it's amazing how many people stop and talk to me. I'm still amazed every weekend. And then you guys in the chat. I get a lot of new people in the chat that don't know. The more knowledge we can get out there about Scientology, the better. The walls are closing in. Social media is going to be their downfall. Because they don't know how to combat social media. They lived in the dark, in the secret, for almost 70 years. It started in 1950. Now they can't. They can't. Yeah, AJ. I mean, we didn't really party down here. I've been up near the base for 32 years. I was too busy with kids and stuff. So when we came down, when my daughter was a teenager, she's 32 now, we'd come down and shop during the day and stuff like that. We didn't really do much night stuff. So we came down here one time about 20 years ago for our anniversary, and that was when they had 6 blocked off to traffic. These little bars were so packed, we just walked right down the middle of the street with my high heels in my hand because my feet hurt. We didn't go in anywhere, and we just went back to our hotel. We had a nice dinner. So we come down here for a nice dinner at a couple of the nicer restaurants every once in a while when we can afford it and splurge. We were like, well, it's been a few years. It's time for us to do it again. I think we're going to go to Waco this time, where I work. There's 2 restaurants near where I work that I really want to try. But they're always closed because I work Saturday and Sunday 3rd shift. But yeah, there's a lot of hobos and hipsters, for sure. We know what I tell people? I said, Austin is not Texas. Austin is its own little country in the middle of Texas. And once you spread out from there, it's very different. What's funny is where I live, near the base, it's similar. Nobody up there has an accent. I've been here 32 years, don't have an accent, because everybody in my area is from somewhere else. But you go anywhere else, and yeah, you got the drawl, the southern drawl, and all that. It's fun to go somewhere else. Hey, Sula. Yeah, hobos are actually different than what you see now with homeless. Hobos had their own language, and they would travel on trains. They were very respectful for the most part. You know, they would have a symbol mark that would say, hey, this house is a good place to stop. They'll give you something to drink or eat. They pretty much stayed out of the cities unless, you know, they camped out in like out of the way places and stuff. It was very different, but I don't think we really have hobos anymore. Houston, Katy, Cypress, yeah, I've been down there. My son actually is it Dickinson? It's south of there. He lived there for about a year. Yeah, they were, I wouldn't say they were all good, but they stayed to themselves. They, you know, knew where to go and where not to go for the most part. And a hipster is, I think, what we would call Gen Z now. You know, modern, I don't know, hipster. Well, do you know what a hippie is? Back in the 70s and 60s, you know. Hipsters are a little different, though. You'll have to look that one up. I know what it is, but I don't know how to explain it. You know what? I got my other phone here. I will look it up. Oh, it's right by here, by the way. I didn't even know it at first. So, see this corner? It's 2 doors down. If I walk over there, I can see it. It's just down that way. So, we were asking what a hipster is. Let me look that up. I don't think we really have hipsters anymore. That might be an older term. What is a hipster? A hipster is a person associated with an alternative subculture that often rejects mainstream culture in favor of unique, unconventional tastes in areas like music, fashion, art, Stereotypical hipster traits include an appreciation for vintage items, indie music, and a distinct fashion sense that might include, now they're getting specific, this is different, thick rimmed glasses, beards, and plaid shirts. That's not necessarily the same now. The term's meaning has evolved significantly since its early use in the 1940s to describe jazz fans. So yeah, so an alternative culture. Too cold in Chicago. Yeah, I thought it was going to be cold here, but it's so loud here, hun. I'm not trying to be loud, Kunal. It's just very loud. So if I'm being, let me know. Oh, I know you guys can hear me better. Is that better? I kind of forget sometimes because it's so loud. I usually have a mic that really reduces that. Okay, if you're going to keep saying it. Yeah. Hey, and what they do, they decriminalized it. And because my husband used to work years and years ago after he retired, he worked the clubs. And he said pretty much the cops had decriminalized it, whether it was like official or not. If it was under a certain amount, they just got rid of it. But they would get rid of it. Oh, were they? I don't mind if they do, as long as they're not being vulgar or anything. People can, I let people shout out their channels, because the only reason I was able to go live is you have to have 50 subscribers. When I started my channel that week. It's because somebody shouted me out in the community, and I was able to get the 50 to start live streaming the day of the grand opening down here, which was about 18 months.
Protect the children, protect the women, protect the males.
That's what I'm here
everybody,
for.
Baby.
Yeah. Let me turn it around. Say it. Yeah. That's what we're trying to get happen. Have a good weekend. Yeah. If you're just gonna spam, there's no point. Hey, Damien. Hola. Chicago is a million times better than Austin. Yeah, it's very different. Very different. I've never really done much in Chicago. My son went to basic training outside at Great Lakes. We wanted to go into Chicago and do the touristy. We didn't get to. They took so long letting them go. It was like evening time. And by the next morning, I had to have them back. Yeah. Oh, I did go through Chicago when I was 14. My grandparents' motorhome, and we stayed on the lake. That was fun. I don't think you're talking about me. Yeah. But, yeah, we try not to be rude about talking about the people. So you can stay, but we try not to be rude to the people. We get a lot of different people. We get a lot of different people walking by. We get a lot of different people in my chat. I support a lot of different channels. Hey, King Cough. Don't be rude. I have a feeling you might. Hey, Rachel. Yeah. So, Scooter, a frozen Pop-Tart. I don't know. That'd break my tooth. My husband loves Pop-Tarts. I've never been a huge fan. And we never were big on even heating them up. Oh, where are you at, Sula? Yeah, so Germany won't recognize them because they have a price list for their services. And they're like, that's a business, that's not a religion. Well, you don't have to be scared because they don't go out and kidnap people. Matter of fact, they keep to themselves. They try to recruit. But when you want to talk to them about their beliefs, they're like, you need to buy a book. They're not allowed to actually talk about it.
What does this mean?
Hi.
I'm just asking, what is this?
Oh, Scientology?
Yeah.
So the guy that started it in 1950 was a science fiction writer, and he wanted to make some money.
Okay.
And there's no God.
This is arguing that they are a cult.
I can't hear you, what?
So is this arguing that they are a cult?
Yes. I'm against.
That's one question.
Yeah, most cults don't call
Wait,
themselves a
wait,
cult,
wait,
if you
wait,
think
wait.
about it.
Hold on.
Yes.
Do
Do you mind being on camera?
Do you need our
Hi.
camera to like pay for any rent?
Hi.
Like anything?
No,
Do
no,
you
no.
need it?
No, I have a job.
But you'd appreciate it
No, I don't do this to make money.
because it's
Oh, you're just doing
anything.
this for the love of the game.
Yeah, so they opened up across from the university 18 months ago. They reopened.
Yeah.
And that's when I started, me and another handful of people started
Yeah.
coming down to let the students know,
So, like,
don't go
if
in
we-
there.
If we did this shit, it's like you take a video of it and then we do like a
I'm live
screen.
streaming. I'm live streaming.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
live
you
streaming.
take like a screen of the live stream, right? It's like, hey, this you will find out like this is social security, like at least what they look like.
Well, if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. I
I want to
understand.
be on camera.
Yeah, hey,
I
let's get on
understand.
camera.
Let's get on a picture.
What's good? What's good?
Devin, this
The camera's right here.
Yeah, I just pretty much want to tell people don't go in there.
It's good.
And if you do want to go troll them, just don't give them your real information. They'll never leave you alone.
Okay, so I do,
Yeah, I
I do
figured
have some
that.
questions.
Yeah,
I do have some questions.
sure.
Scientology is a cult.
Right. Because a religion you can leave and they won't let you leave. They've had people escape in the trunk of a car. They've been ran off the road. They put in under guard in a room because they thought they wanted to leave. That's the difference.
Okay, so say I was to go into Scientology right now.
They're just going to want to try to sell you a book or a course because it's all about making money. And they'll love bomb the crap out of you at first.
Oh, so that's how you just they love bomb?
So it's kind of like
It takes you a while to start getting into the coercion and the
It's
control.
kind of like giving the platform, right?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, hey, I got a mute.
Or like you're
Okay, I had to mute there, guys.
Okay. So you're part of Scientology.
No.
Okay.
I'm
so
what we
you're-
call a
you're
never in. I listen to ex-members' horror stories about what they went
And
through.
recruit people. You're here to listen and recruit, right?
No, I'm here to keep people from going into Scientology because they're horrible.
Oh yeah, no, me and you.
Yeah, we're chilling.
we
So you
will
weren't-
be
you didn't know what was
friends
going on,
of
okay.
Scientology.
Look at the other side.
Other side, this side.
Look at the other side of the sign.
Of course, right here. Right here.
Scientology, a lawsuit ongoing protecting child predators.
Oh, he didn't want. He didn't want to be on camera.
They're child predators?
Hold on.
Oh, I guess he does.
Scientology is a religion that convinces people that the religion right now is not truthful. Scientology is a cult, okay? They want your money. They want to spend your money on the most expensive height rises. They will not give you anything. They will give you a fourth floor on the fucking astronomy tower, okay? They will not give you shit.
Hi, new people.
Pay your money. Make
Yeah.
your own money. I
I have mods and members
the
and
women
people that are in here a lot.
in December that
No,
go
no,
to
in my-
that go
my
to
channel.
these
So do you
No,
have
so
systems,
3 years ago,
do not
I knew
get
nothing.
paid. Do not go
And
to
this
these
guy,
systems.
who's an
Do not go to
ex-member,
these
he'd been in
games.
like 30 years since he was like 4 years old.
Right?
And he came into my
anything.
feed one
Poor
day.
as fuck. Okay.
And at the
Do not go to
time, I had a
these-
lot of time. I
do
was
not go to these
bedridden with
physicians.
my back at the
I don't
time.
care if I die for this.
And
Do
I
not
deep
go to this
dived a
physician.
year of his
They
videos.
work you as
And then
a
he
slave.
started bringing
I
other
think you
ex-members
were
on,
listening
getting them to
here.
start
I will
channels
not say
that
your
were saying
name.
that already
I will
were doing
not say
that.
your name.
And
They
so I
should
listened
here.
to their horror
Do not
stories
go
that
to
they
the-
went through as children.
Can you give us an example? What's a good horror
ladies
story?
do not
All
have
right.
anything in SAE. do
So,
not
Jenna
go
Muscat.
there, okay?
And let me go with Laura. Back when they allowed children in the Sea Org, they don't allow them anymore. They were put in as don't. They were put in at 5 years old to this thing called the ranch, and they had other teenagers taking care of them, where they did manual labor all day, every day, no education.
Yeah.
It's true.
And
It's true.
well, Jenna Miscavige is actually the niece of the leader, and she wasn't immune from it. She had to go through it too.
Yeah.
Because their parents were in the Sea Org. So, because their parents were in the Sea Org and busy, they just dropped their kids there. They got to see them an hour a week. And there was child SA going on, abuses, adults abusing the kids.
Child sexual assault. was going
Yeah,
on?
and in Scientology, that's not a crime.
That's not a crime.
No, they will cover it up and not do anything about it. But if you go to the authorities on a child predator, you get kicked out.
Is Scientology open right now?
No, they're only open till about 6:30.
Yo, we gotta go and fuck with them.
Yeah,
That's
just
Hey, listen. That's
just
why,
don't give them your real information.
That's
Be like,
why
yeah, my name is
I
John
give
Clark.
my real fucking part to my mom. For my mom.
My name is John
after
Clark.
9/11, if I get arrested, she would be on this shit. Like that ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might, but
Oh,
not
yeah, I
my
know.
career.
Eric, I can see what you're saying. They
It's
say you
y'all.
look like Trent D'Arby. Have you heard that before?
Hey, y'all see my face? Free me. I'm
Alright.
telling y'all the truth, okay?
Well, hey, if
Free
y'all go in,
me.
I'm usually here every Friday. Come tell me what happened.
If I go into Scientology and I don't come out broke, my name
Nah.
is.
Look,
They-
on
they're
6th
not
Street,
allowed to
they
do
6th
things
Street
like that.
on Target on 6th Street, they try to target
I
you
live
to
in
come into
San
this
Marcos.
free
Hi,
society.
Jackie.
That come into this free society
Jackie, would you help me?
that will live and pay for you
you help
as
me,
long as
Jackie?
you pay your taxes. That is not true, okay? Y'all,
Alright.
y'all, pay your taxes, whatever, right? Don't come into debt in the
Y'all
IRS.
too young
Oh,
to be
yeah,
drinking.
But the
They-
people, but the
23
people
years
on
old.
text, the people on text.
We have a
street-
lot of college kids
I'm
down here.
23 years old. What are you talking about? Too young to be drinking.
All right, you guys. All right, you
Okay,
have a
we'll
good
let you be on your
weekend.
way.
All right, thank
Listen,
you.
listen. We do not agree with the government, but
Yeah, it's supposed to be yellow.
It's-
Is this a, is this a sober
Look,
live
look.
It's
stream?
supposed to be.
all right,
All right, you guys, go have fun. All right.
I think y'all are misunderstanding us. Fuck the government. It's what I'm saying. Fuck the government. She doesn't have to say
All
that.
right.
It's not her opinion, okay?
Oh, we got New
That's
Zealand
not her
now.
opinion. That's
All
not
right.
y'all's opinion. That's my opinion. Fuck the government. We'll see y'all later.
All
Okay,
righty.
listen to her.
All right.
She's
Bye,
smart.
guys.
She's
Oh, I'm so
intelligent.
sorry.
All right, y'all have a good weekend.
Peace out. I'm not too young to be drinking. I am a grown man.
Woo! Wow. Hey, Drip. They were actually kind of staying away, but they were getting way too close to the camera. I don't like that. Yeah, I know who it is. He does look like him. If he'd have been sober, he probably would have heard me. So, good to see you guys that all popped in. Sometimes because of where I'm at, you know, we get some very inebriated, happy people. Yeah, I do have to watch that, Rachel. They didn't give me a bad vibe, so I was like, I was trying to get them to go, but without being rude. But I'll get rude if necessary. Control your boys. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, look at that car. Ooh, isn't that nice? Woo, look at that. Yeah, it was eventful. I can handle that. What I've had very little, but I've had some people get aggressive. About 3 times. I figure it's been like 3 times in 18 months. I think I'm doing pretty good. I gotta stand up. Sometimes sitting in, was it old? I have no idea about Lamborghinis. Who's in? I'm in Texas. Are you talking to someone else? Let me go back so I can say hi to everybody. No, I gotta work tomorrow night, Yellow. That's why I'm out here tonight. Yeah. I mean, as long as they're, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to mess with my mod scooter, y'all. We're moms. We know how to handle it. Yeah. Galveston. All right. Yeah, we're not from here. The Army brought us here. We're up near Fort Hood, which is about 75 miles north of here. Well, it's north and then I have to go sideways a little bit. Oh, okay. Cars very well. Okay. Nope, we're on 6th Street, but you're close. I think you meant 6. 6 is the one with all the bars that they used to close down to traffic. But when I started coming here in May, when classes let out, the cops were all staged right here. And so I was on that corner. And I walked over to him and I said, so when did they open up to car traffic? He's like, a little while ago. I'm like, so how do you guys feel about that? He goes, we don't like it. I was like, I don't either. It's kind of dumb to have it open when you got all these inebriated people walking around. I mean, I have seen people that could not stand up. What time is it? It feels like it's about that time. Yeah, it's getting close for me to pack up. Hey, Bean. Oh, okay, yeah. I live in that area, and I work in Waco. About an hour drive for me. So I had to go through Temple all the time. That's cool. Good to see you. Yeah, so I drive down here from, my husband's retired Army. So we got here in 93. He was stationed at Fort Hood for 17 years in one base. And then he retired and we stayed. Yeah, so I didn't come down on Halloween for many reasons. So I did a live stream from home that night. I am old, I know. My kids are in their 30s. That's the only reason I'm able to do this, because my son's using up his GI Bill in Dallas. He's going to school. My daughter decided to move to Southern California from Texas. Yeah, I know. Trust me, she's not liking it. So when my grandkids left, I had a lot of free time. And so I deep dived this subject. And then when they were doing their grand reopening 18 months ago, I came down and I've been coming ever since. For the first year, a little over a year, I was going to the actual org and just talking to students. And I have a special sign for them that has the 2 foundations on it that will help them escape. Hold on, I'm muting. Okay, that was loud. Yep. Matter of fact, yeah, their birthdays are in January. Actually, he'll be 38 in January. He was born in 88. And Devin will be 33. Because they're 8 years and 5 days apart. And I didn't plan it, trust me. Scooter, you want to go take a break? I'm going to be packing up soon. Scooter always says, I'm not going to stay long, and then she's here until the very end. So I'm like, you need to take a break. She mods for other people too. Yeah. My back is screaming at me tonight. So I've been, oh wow. Yeah, I'm 56. So I've been with my hubby since high school, and then we got married when we were 20, and he had already enlisted in the Army. So, oh, okay. Oh, really? Girl, I couldn't do it for one. Scooter. She works hard. So I didn't get to tell y'all, I got me a new desk that I'm going to put where I used to live stream on my Chase. I'm going to move the Chase. I'm going to start doing more content from there. And I'm starting a second channel that's not Scientology related. I'll announce it when that gets closer. For all the fun stuff I like to do. It's going to be eclectic. It's not going to be one topic. It'll be a lot of different things. Craft. I said, So I said, well, K-pop, crafts, aliens. I said some fibromyalgia, and then Tom goes, aliens. I like conspiracy theories and aliens. Yep, I'm gonna do more of that too. Hey, Alan. Hey, salesman. Yep, we're in Austin on 6th Street. Aliens versus Bigfoot. That's a good one. I have all kinds of thoughts about that. And if you guys like that kind of thing, there's this channel that I love. And I'm so sad he only comes out with like one video a week or less. The Y Files with Hecklefish. I love that channel. Because what's cool about him, AJ, he'll give you the story. You know, it can be anything from ancient civilizations to aliens, you know. And then at the end, he'll tell you what he could debunk and what he couldn't, what he thinks. So it's not all that he believes everything, which I think is cool. I may disagree with him. I'd be like, I believe that, but okay. Yeah, and Hecklefish is hilarious. Oh my God, he's so funny. It's this goldfish in a little round tank that is a little butthead, pretty much. Yeah, he's done a lot of different. He's been recently doing stuff about the government. I would love to get him to do Scientology. I might be able to get him to do Scientology, but once I get my desk put up, I'm going to dedicate at least an hour today to checking my emails, because Scooter will tell you I'm horrible at checking emails and text messages. And getting that, I have a domain name, Eric. I don't know if you know this. I bought a domain to start a page for everybody, and I'm going to have a group of us that work on it, because I can't do it all myself. Called Suppressive Corner. I already bought it. Or, I'm sorry, Suppressive Central. And I've just been sitting on it for a while because I'm a procrastinator. It's some of it I can put on Fibro. I don't have the same brain I did before Fibro in 2010. I used to be able to multitask 3.5 things at work. Now I can't even read a book anymore. I used to read a novel a week. Now I can barely finish a magazine article. It's just been... I'm taking all kinds of supplements and different things for my brain. During the week, not so much. It's mainly just my schedule. And because I work nights and I sleep during the day, so I'm up all night. But you know how hard it is to get motivated at 2 in the morning to do something when it's dark and quiet? It's just, well, I'm only doing this once a week, Eric. I haven't even made it to the org since May, because I was trying to get up today. I wanted to get up at noon. I was going to go to the org and do a guerrilla attack, then go do something else for a while, and then do this. And yeah, I didn't get out. Yes, I do. I drink coffee. You know, I didn't drink coffee till I was 47, till after I got this, because fatigue is a big part of it. Yeah, it totally is, Sharma, totally. My husband's been working 5 days a week at night since he retired in 2010. But you know what? He needs way more sleep than a normal person. He can sleep for 12 hours easy. And I can't do it. I just can't. I only work 2 nights a week, but you know, you're on that schedule, It's ridiculous. Hey, Sergio. Over here. You can say hi.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you're not vulgar, you can say hi.
I want to ask you though.
Sure. What do you want to know?
What is Scientology?
All right. They call themselves a religion, but they're not. The guy that started it in 1950 was a science fiction writer that made it all up. They don't know that. And there's no God. They believe that if they give them hundreds of thousands of dollars, like Tom Cruise, he's a member, that they'll be a super being that can control matter, energy, space, and time. But then you have this lower, so that's the public. That's,
we want to be on your camera.
Oh, okay, sure. So, when they get to that level, the top level, and they can't do that, they're not allowed to talk to each other about it. So they think they're the only one that can't do it. So Tom Cruise thinks he can do things with his mind. But then you have the slave labor force, the Sea Org. The guy that started it had been in the Navy in World War II. So he has a ship and everything, and they used to wear Navy uniforms. They have to sign a billionaire contract, work for them till they die, 365 days a year, 110 hours a week, and a lot of times they get pulled out of school at 12, 13, 14 years old. They have no education, and they're not allowed to watch TV or be on the internet. They're completely insulated from the outside world. So when you go over, they opened up a year and a half ago and across from the university, and that's when I started coming down. And if you go in there, a lot of them...
Did?
What?
A church did?
They call it a church. Or they say church,
okay,
but
so
it's a
I got
resort.
a question.
Sure.
Because I'm from like the Tampa area.
Oh, then you know about Clearwater. Yeah, look.
So what about that church?
So that's one of their biggest bases where a lot of the Sea Org are. Now they wear blazers and suits.
Yeah.
So those are your Sea Org.
I see the people walking around on the street.
Yeah, and they won't talk to you. They're like, they won't tell you about their religion. They'll be like, well, you have to come buy a book because they want to make money. They have these stats and everything. And what you see now is second and third generation. Their parents or grandparents got in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They're not really getting a lot of new members. So I have a sign for, there's 2 foundations that will help them escape. How many religions you know have that? And so they sign that bill in your contract, and they're not allowed to leave. We've had people escaping from cars, we ran off the road. If they think you want to leave, they'll put you under guard in a room. That's where the abuse, and they don't think child abuse is a bad thing because they look at their kids as adults in small bodies because they live multiple lives. So, and you can't take another Scientologist to the authorities. So when an adult essays a child, they just cover it up. And that's what brought me here with the child.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your religion?
I'm a Christian, but I tell people I don't care what other religions do until it gets abusive.
I like that.
Abusive to children. Exactly. You know, if they weren't doing that, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. So what it was is 3 years ago, I knew nothing. And an ex-member who has a really big channel came into my feed, and I deep dived a year back of his videos to learn, and then he's still, hold on. We got people earbuds on, we don't want to go out there, so what it is they got tax exempt status back in the 90s. They got it taken away. And it protects them. They look legitimate. They got like $1 billion in it. So most cults are small, the leader's hands-on, and usually if that leader implodes, or dies, it ends. The problem is this guy was an evil genius, and he created a religion that he didn't have to be hands-on. He opened all these centers. They're all over the world. We have people like me all over the world showing that they don't have anybody going in and out. And so when he died in the 80s, this other guy pulled a coup and took over his work. But the guy was abusive anyway. And so he learned, before he wrote the book to start this religion in 1950, he studied hypnotism, black magic, ways to control people. And all he wanted to do was make money. And so he didn't believe the hype. This second guy, we think, probably does, because he was raised in the church. And they're just abusive. And they don't think, the leader can do whatever he wants and they don't care. So, really it's the child abuse, and then they opened up across the university and they're trying to get college people. Hey, I gotta mute again. I've been muted this whole time.
It's okay.
So, anyway, I was like, thanks to everybody for being here. It's been really cool, everybody that jumps in and we chat, really good questions and stuff. I'm here every Friday at 11. I'm going to pop off here because I don't have my gimbal. I'm just going to call Tom. He can walk with me because I don't want to give everybody motion sickness walking down the street. So, you didn't miss much. That's pretty much all I said. Did you hear those guys, at least part of what they said? Because I know I was going back and forth because of the sirens. Nice to meet you too, Rachel. And there, we have a whole group of channels that do this if you're interested in checking anybody else out. So, alright y'all, I will see y'all next week. You have a good week. I'll see you in the chat.